A tribute to the woman who lovingly carried me in her belly for 9 months and held me for 3 short days. A tribute to the woman who wanted nothing but the best for me. A tribute to my first mom. Although I only know bits and pieces of her story, I hold her so highly and I admire her. I want to share the words that I wish I could say to this woman who I've only ever known as Miss Stacey. Miss Stacey, that's all you ever were to me. I didn't quite understand who you were other than my birth mom. Growing up, I thought of you as someone that I had to go see because my mom said so. However, when I saw you, you were so kind to me. You showered me with gifts and love. You didn't just give me gifts and love, though. You gave me to a Christian family who could give me an easier life than you had growing up. You had trials in your life of your own. Although I only know bits and pieces of your story, I know it wasn't easy. You were poor. You grew up in a trailer home. Your parents were constantly fighting and spending the night away or having other adults overnight. You sought out refuge with different men from the time you were 14. You stopped going to school in middle school, and that was the top of your education. You believed you were incapable of learning past that point, and any child of yours wouldn't be capable of learning past that point either. When you were only 16, you spent the night with a man who already had a family. You didn't know that this night would change your life forever. About a month later, you began to fall in love with Alan. He was significantly older than you, but he loved you and took such good care of you. Then you realized you were pregnant with me. Alan loved you dearly, but he couldn't commit to keeping you and me. He had known too many women and fallen in love with their children, only to have that relationship not work out and him not be able to see the children anymore because he wasn't their biological father. You now had a choice, me or Alan. If you chose me, you had to leave the man that you had now, the man who was taking care of you and who you were falling in love with. If you chose Alan, you had to let go of me, your firstborn baby girl. You might have considered abortion, but you didn't bring yourself to do it, so you somehow chose to give me up for adoption. You chose a Christian adoption agency. I don't know how or why you chose this place, but I'm glad you did. You struggled throughout the entire pregnancy of whether you wanted to give me up or not. In February of 1999, you picked the classic American dream family for me. A mommy who was wise and strong, a daddy so he could have a baby girl to spoil, and a big brother who would love and protect me and be by my side no matter what. That family was by your side throughout the entire pregnancy. The mommy drove you to your appointments and wherever you desired to go as much as she could. You told her throughout the pregnancy that you weren't sure you were going to give me up because of how much you loved me. But that mommy still stuck by your side as a friend and a mentor the entire way. She gave you a Bible she had marked up and spent countless hours highlighting with things that she wanted you to know and hear from the God that she loved. Soon it was August. Your due date was quickly approaching. Late on the night of August 11th, your water broke and you had no one to take you to the hospital. So you called the mommy you had picked for me, and she remained by your side. Now that I was here, you had to decide whether to keep me or Alan. After 3 days of mulling over this life-changing decision and holding your precious baby girl every moment that you could, you made one of the hardest decisions of your life. You gave up your firstborn baby girl. You loved this family, and you even told the mommy that you wished she had been your mommy. But since she wasn't, you wanted me to have her as a mommy. Life from there moved on. You got to see your baby girl quite often, and love her and hold her. Through your life, you and Alan were able to have 2 beautiful children and create that classic American dream family of your own, with a mommy, a daddy, a big brother, and a baby girl. Sometime when I was about 7, we stopped seeing you. It became too hard to travel just to meet for a meal. I so dearly wish that I had better memories of you. I can only faintly remember your face, but I remember the redneck sounding of your voice so clearly, and your hugs filled with warmth and motherly love. I always struggled with wondering if you loved me, and if you loved your firstborn baby girl so much, how could you have given her away? You always told me you loved me, but I was hesitant to say it back. I loved the gifts and the attention you gave me, but I was too young to understand and appreciate what you did for me and your love for me. For the next 12 years of your life, you never relented to contact me and find out who I was growing up to become. But we never answered. I'm so sorry for that. Life was busy, and I was scared because you felt like a stranger to me. At some point, I had learned your last name, and it became a regular habit to stalk you on Facebook. I wanted to know everything I could about you and where I came from. In my sophomore year of high school, you found my phone number on the internet, and we secretly talked, although it was illegal. It quickly became too much for me to handle emotionally, and so I told my mom, and we changed my phone number. We decided that one summer we would take a trip to see you, but we kept putting it off with schedules getting busy. Then, in my senior year of high school, Alan died of an overdose. I found out because you called the adoption agency and asked them to contact us. We got the news, but I don't think we ever answered you. I still plan to see you once I felt I was ready. This past summer, I thought about you. It had been a while since I had last stalked your Facebook page. This was the summer that I was planning to see you, but I had last minute taken a job at a summer camp and didn't have the time, so I promised myself next summer I will see you. So I went on Facebook, only to find your obituary posted on your page. You had died 3 days earlier. I was stunned. Through more stalking, I found that you had committed suicide because you couldn't live without Alan. This broke my heart in more ways than imaginable, and I understand from having struggled with depression myself in the past. I don't blame you, and I'm not mad at you. I fully understand. It was too much to handle. This life had been hard on you. Although I still have a million questions that may never be answered, one answer that I have found through processing your death is that you loved me so much. And Miss Stacey, I love you too. Although I'll never see you again, I'll never forget your redneck-sounding voice that was so genuine, or your warm hugs filled with motherly love. Life was hard, and it all ended too soon for you. You are such a strong, beautiful, and wise woman, and I admire you for that. Miss Stacey, this tribute is for you because it's all I can give you now. I hope you're listening to this from heaven, and you're watching me in all that I've accomplished. I hope I can make you proud as I pursue a college education and a desire to make a change in the world. I hope you held on to that Bible and whatever that little bit of faith was that made you choose that Christian adoption agency. I hope you love the Lord that I serve and are smiling down at me from heaven, because I can't wait to see you there. Miss Stacey, I love you.